Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your FLAGSTAFF MicroLite 21DS. Cute little travel trailer. Guys have picked a nice unit. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use some things and get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by arriving at the campsite. Our hitch man's going to show you how to hook up and unhook your hitch. As soon as we arrive at the campsite, I want you to pay attention to a couple things. Where your electricity and water are hooked up so that you can park accordingly. So on your driver's side toward the rear will be your water and electric hookup. So park accordingly so that you can access everything easily. Next thing we're going to do as we arrive at the site is level our unit. Now, you have a power tongue jack here with a docking light. Simply bring the unit down or bring the unit up. Now you can get little levels. You can put one inside your door, or you can stick one to the outside of the unit. They have those in our store. Remember, you do have 10% off on the day of purchase. Now should you not have power, you do have a manual override. Simply release this, put in your hand crank, and you can raise or lower your unit with this hand crank. The reason I say if you should not have power, let's say your batteries have went dead. So check your battery posts when you get to the campsite where you can get home. Make sure they're nice and tight and that you do have power. Once we've got our unit level, the next thing we're going to do is stabilize the unit. So on all four corners, you have stabilizing jacks and a hand crank to move them. Simply attach it, crank it to the right to go down, left to go up. Now what I do recommend is jack pads. Jack pads are going to help protect your unit from hot tires and dirt, and it's going to distribute the weight a little better. You can purchase those in our store as well. You can also just get a 3/4 inch socket for the end of this and put it on a drill gun or an impact driver and run this down in a matter of seconds. Now remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. So once you have your unit level, all you want to use this for is to stabilize your unit. Bring it down just until they're taut. You feel the unit start to move a little bit. As soon as it does, you know you're good. Now after you've set down all four corners, go back around and make sure that everything is tight. One may have lifted up higher than the other. We've got our unit level, we've got our unit stabilized. Next thing we're going to do is deploy our slide. Now, I do want you to take note, you do have a big slide on your off-camp side, so park accordingly so that nothing will hit your slide. You go inside and deploy your slide, and we'll talk about that in a moment. That will open up on just your battery. Now once we have our slide open, stabilizing jacks down, we're going to hook up our water and electricity. At the rear of your unit is your water and electricity hookups. Power cord comes with the unit. Simply lift, attach, and then twist this. Now you do have 30 amp here. Should you be somewhere you need to plug into 110, you do have this 110 amperage reducer. You can put on here and run your unit off from 110. You can run the AC off it. Generally you can run everything off 110. If you had a second AC unit, I would say not run that. So we've got our power hooked up. Next thing we want to do is hook up our electricity. Or excuse me, our water. Now, first thing you want to do is come around to the rear of the unit and access your hot water heater. So you may have left this out last time you went camping, so make sure your drain plug is in. You'll release this to drain all the water of your hot water heater when you're done camping. But make sure your drain plug is in, and then come over and hook up your hose. First thing you want to hook up on the end of your hose is this water pressure regulator. This will reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting your lines in the unit. You don't know what the park has their water pressure set at, and you don't want to blow out your lines. So we hook up a water pressure regulator and we turn on our hose. After the hose has been on for a little while, we're going to come back over to our hot water heater. We're going to pull on this pressure release valve. That's going to let air out and then water. Once the water's out, you know that your tank is full and can be lit. Then we're going to come down to the bottom of your hot water heater and hit that to on. That's an electric element that allows it to be lit from indoors. Got our city water hooked up. Now let's say you're going camping and they do not have a city water connect. So on the driver's side of your unit, toward the front, you have a potable water connection. Potable water only. Fill this tank up. Do the same thing that you did with your hot water heater. Make sure your plug is in. Then you burp it and you'll be able to light your hot water heater from inside. Remember, when using this potable water is when you will use your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump if hooked up to city water. It's unnecessary. We've got our electricity hooked up. We've got our water hooked up. We'll walk around your unit to show you a few things. To the right of the hot water there, you do have a fresh water drain. That'll help drain your water when you're done camping. Open up a couple of storage compartments here. No storage here. These are on your slide. And then more storage here. This is a magnet that'll hold your lid up. Do you have your gray and black tank flushes down here? We'll talk about those. Next to your city water, I want you to note that I did hook this up to the wrong one here. This is your tank flush. This is your city water connect. So lower left hand side is your city water connect. Here's your cable and satellite hookups. This is used for flushing your black tanks when we're done. And this is your antifreeze inlet so you can winterize your unit yourself. Coming around to the back of the unit, you have your ladder to go up and check your seams on your roof. Access to the back of your fridge, hot water heater, and an outdoor shower. You do have a nice cover on your spare tire. And a lip out here for your grill. Just below that, you have a quick disconnect LP. Right here you have your furnace heat release. Then you also have 110s and cable for television should you decide to put it outside. Up above, in between your two speakers there, you do have a scare light and a hood vent for your microwave. Also, I'll lift your stairs up so I can show you where the manual override is. Just want to tell you on these solid steps, make sure your door is all the way open. It's strut assisted, so it lifts pretty easy. It's a little wet right now, so I'm not going to lift it up into your unit. I'm just going to show you where the hole is for this hand crank for a manual override should your slide not be working or you lose power. Also behind your door, you have a lock to lock your door open. And then your storage here. And here as well. You also have solar on the side. Should you decide to put a solar panel on this, you can hook it up here, lay it on the ground. It'll trickle charge your batteries. Let's talk about your propane. Your propane tanks do have a regulator. You simply point it toward the tank that you want to be using. Just use this arrow to point toward the tank you want to use. These are open, which means it's green, so you've got gas. Keep an eye on that. If it turns red, switch tanks. That covers everything on the outside. I do want to talk about your awning. Don't want to run it out because it's raining. So you do have this big awning. You're going to want to run that out just until the flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once that flap falls down, you know you've brought it out far enough. Now let's go inside the unit and talk about a few things. Just inside the door, as with every unit, this one here on the right hand side is going to be your fire extinguisher. To the left, we'll talk about quite a few things. Right immediately down to the floor is an access panel to your fuse box and breaker box. Looks like you've got mostly 15s in there, a 40. Highly recommend keeping a handful of those with you when you go camping. Purchase those in our store as well. There's your heat duct. Below that, your IRV technology sound system. Play your music indoors or outdoors or both. This is Bluetooth compatible. It's got a clock, DVD or disc player, AM, FM. To the right of that is your control panel. Start by turning some lights on in the unit. Interior lights, porch lights, awning lights. This is your Wi-Fi boost. All your information and your Wi-Fi booster is right above there. Turn that on when you're at the park. Let's check our tanks. Brand new batteries full, and our tanks are all empty. Here's your slide in and out. Looks like most of your cabinets and everything are pretty clear of your slides. Not too much to have to worry about bringing in. Make sure your footstool is down so the slide doesn't catch it. And you simply press in to bring your slide in, out to bring your slide out. Now I'm going to bring this in for a second. I want you to hear a noise. It's okay to hear that. It's just the slide resetting itself. It's not hurting anything. It's not breaking anything. A couple seconds held like that with that noise and you know you're good. Here's your awning extension and retract. And below that a 110. Walk around your unit now. You do have a nice little power port, 110s and USB ports for charging batteries. You can store away if you don't need it or if you just need more counter space. Let's walk over to our stove. Up here we do have a light and a fan. This glass makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn to light, hit the ignite button. And you've got gas. Shut that off. There's your oven. To the right of your stove on the wall is your thermostat. This will control your heat and your air conditioning. Just set it at desired temperature. A self-explanatory Magic Chef microwave. Step into your bathroom real quick. I just want to note in your bathroom that you do have a 110 with GFI protection here. And at the back of your toilet, you do have some plumbing. So just like your own house, keep an eye on it. Maintain it like you would at home. Keep an eye on any plumbing up underneath your sink. Make sure you're not leaking anywhere. Let's talk about your fridge. Inside the freezer part of your Dometic fridge is your control panel. Turn it on. Right now this bottom button is pushed in, which means it's set to auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, it's using gas. Excuse me, it's using electricity. As soon as you unplug, it'll automatically go to gas. Or if you're dry camping, simply just put that out and you're strictly on gas. So You have this one-touch lighting all throughout, which is really nice because you can shut off all your lights at night, except for maybe one over top of the restroom. You have one-touch lighting here. You do have a slide lock on this unit. And there's your griddle and table that sit outdoors. Now I'm going to show you how to set up your Murphy bed. First thing you want to do is jackknif the bottom bed by pulling up on this string. That'll lay this bed down flat. Come to the side here. Let me turn on some lights here. Unhook one side. Unhook the other. And your bed just folds down. Got straps on it to keep your bed made throughout the day. Nope, people can get in and out during the day if your bed's still down. Lifting your bed. To the right of the end of your bed is this little handle. Pull on that. That's going to release a lock. Allow everything to lift back up. Push back into place. And lock. Again, grab the sofa by the back. It'll help jackknife it back down. And you're all set. Now take note, these do recline as well. Simply pull on that handle. And your recliner, like I said, make sure that that footstool is in. When camping. And closing up your slide. Right here you do have your lighting, charging port, and another 110. Let's circle back around to the back of the unit. Below your fridge, hidden all the way down here in the left corner, is your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. Now the reason I mentioned that it's 12 volt is because this is always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, or if you're not plugged in, I highly recommend disconnecting your battery for the day. Otherwise this will run your batteries down to dead, and then it will actually kill the carbon monoxide detector. So you don't want to have to replace that. Just don't run your batteries down too far. You also have 110 out here. Well, it covers everything on the inside. I do want to touch a couple other things. You do have a smoke alarm in here. A hand crank vent, also at the top of your unit. This is your antenna for traveling. Bring it all the way down to the left, and if you're at the park, crank it up to the right, and this wine guard antenna will pick up. Back down to the left for traveling. I also want to note, behind your TV, where your cable comes in, is this little button. Press that button and make sure the green light is on. What that is a digital TV antenna booster. It's going to allow you to pick up more channels. Make sure that green light's on before scanning for your channels at the park. Alright, we're done camping. Let's close up and show you how to dump the tanks. Again, you'll just bring your slide in. Make sure everything's protected, brought in. We brought our stabilizing jacks up. Remember, your dump station is toward the rear, so when you head toward the front of the park, park accordingly. A few things to do here. In your convenience pack is the sewage hose. Hook the sewage hose up, put the other end in their dump station. First thing you want to do is pull your black tank. After you pull the black handle, sounds like it's dumped, leave the black handle open. Come right here to your tank flush, the top one I first hooked up. Again, use your water pressure regulator. Turn on your water. What that's going to do is it's going to run a sprayer around your black tank and clean it out really well. After you've done that for about 5 minutes, got a good wash, go ahead and shut your water off, then close your black tank and pull your gray tank. Your gray tank's gonna be cleaner water. You're gonna wash your sewage hose out. It's gonna be your sinks and showers. Once you have your gray tanks dumped, store it inside your bumper. Nice sanitary place for it. A couple other things you can do is empty your waters. Come back around to your hot water tank. You can do this at the dump station or right at your park because it's just water. You're gonna burp this again, make sure there's no air in the lines, and then you're gonna unplug your hot water heater plug. That's gonna release the water out of there. You also have, should you be using potable water and need to dump your freshwater tank, just fresh water drain. Just fresh water, don't hurt no matter where you dump it. Simply pull that white handle and it's gonna dump all of your fresh water. Got about covered everything. Hope you guys enjoy your trailer for many years to come. Thank you for choosing TradeWinds and happy camping.